This is definitely not news you wanted to get the day before free agency. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. Ladies and gentlemen, we just got a doozy this morning by our very own John Gambadoro of 98.7 FM. Honestly, this is the guy I really paid attention to more than anybody, honestly, when it comes down to sources. Please keep in mind, this is a rumor. This is from sources of his own, and I do believe it myself, but take it with a grain of salt. If you don't believe it, no worries. Obviously, free agency starts up tomorrow and then into the good part of next week as well. So take it how you want to take it. That's all I gotta say. Now, let's go ahead and dive into this tweet here from John Gambadoro here, and it says this: with the Cardinals not being one player away, I don't expect them to go hard after top-tier expensive free agents like Christian Wilkins. Most likely mid-tier free agents to provide depth and competition, plus keeping some of their own like Elijah Wilkins and Bobby Price, etc. Now, obviously, if you take a look here at the comments within this thread, there's a lot of disappointment within Cardinal fans, but there's some Cardinal fans out there that says, well, this makes sense, or, we're trying to build it the right way. Let's just kind of make one thing absolutely clear here real fast, right? The whole Steve Keim era, there were some benefits to the way that Steve Keim did things. Right now, did he take a swing at some free agents that didn't work out? Yes, absolutely. Did he make some really, really good trades that got this fan base really excited? Yes, absolutely. Did he suck at drafting? Yes, absolutely. He was terrible at drafting. Now, I want to get one thing absolutely clear. There's nothing wrong with the Arizona Cardinals coming out here and paying a player that can very well upgrade your position automatically, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. Now, I don't think the fan base right now is saying the Arizona Cardinals need to go after 3 to 5 big names, right? Nobody's saying that at all, right? We all understand that this is the second year of Jonathan Gannon. This is the second year of Monty Yossenfort, and we all kind of want to be competitive this year. We had back-to-back 4-win seasons, and we want to be competitive. And if we can't go after one or two players that are kind of big names out there, like, for example, a Christian Wilkins, it is a very disappointment, right? It's a disappointment for the fan base. Now, please keep in mind, we don't 100% know exactly how this is going to transpire on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but right now, the way it sounds, it's kind of that whole deja vu feeling of, oh boy, here goes the Arizona Cardinals again, right? Now, we just heard Michael Bidwell say the fact that Monty Yossenfort was going to have all resources, right? He's going to have all the resources to build this team out right in 2024. But now hearing this report, like, we're going to spend money on Elijah Wilkinson. Like, I have no issue with him specifically as a player, but like, that's not the name we're really kind of looking out for, right? And then Bobby Price, honestly, thank you, right? Thank you for the services that you've done for the last either 1 or 2 years with the Arizona Cardinals, but this is not going to move the needle. This is not going to move the needle for Arizona Cardinal fans and this organization. Now, I know we've heard that we are going to build from the draft, and I think that's absolutely key. That's exactly what you need to do. But let me be very, very clear here. There's nothing wrong with spending money on 1 or 2 great players that's going to initiate and upgrade that position. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And I don't know, right? You like I said, you got to take this report with a grain of salt. Like I said, this is a very, very reliable source. If there's one guy I listen to here with sports media in Arizona, it's this guy right here. He usually has it right on the head. Can he be wrong? Yes, he can, right? Can Monty Yossenfort absolutely surprise us? Yes, he absolutely can. Now, do I see the Arizona Cardinals going after a Christian Wilkins? Now, I don't know. I don't know, because it is a big price tag for a Christian Wilkins, right? It's a very, very big price tag because of Justin Madubuike just got paid, Chris Jones just got paid, and obviously that makes the value go up higher for a Christian Wilkins. Now, to me, it's not Christian Wilkins or bust, but I still would like the Arizona Cardinals to address the cornerback position and upgrade that, and maybe throw in an edge player out there, something like that, maybe an offensive lineman, something like that. Like, if we're not going to consider bringing Robert Hunt, the guard, right, and then we're going to bring in, Elijah Wilkinson back, like, that's crazy to me, right? Or if you're not even thinking about bringing maybe a Bryce Huff in, or maybe even a Kendall Fuller. Now, I'm not saying I want Kendall Fuller, but just the idea of upgrading that position, because we are so like, we just got so many holes. It's so crazy. Now let's go back to this report here, because it is important to note that it says most likely mid-tier free agents to provide depth and competition. So when I hear mid-tier free agents, it can't be a bad thing, right? Because obviously we seen it last year where we got Zach Pascal. Obviously didn't work out. It was not a good signing. I think we still have him for one more year, but Kazir White worked out for the Arizona Cardinals, right? Now, if one person I will put my faith in is Monty Ossenfort, I guess two people, and Jonathan Gannon, right? When you're bringing in the players that you know can ball and actually want to play football and want to be great, the people that are going to be able to evaluate that are those two people, right? Jonathan Gannon and Monty Ossenfort. So I will give the trust and faith in that. But the fact that, like, we're hearing that we're mainly going to focus on mid-tier free agents to provide depth and competition, that frustrates me. That really frustrates me down to the core, because we have a franchise quarterback in Kyler Murray, right? Like, he's got a lot to prove this year. He absolutely does. I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the, oh, well, we're still in the rebuild, right? No, you have a franchise quarterback that you're paying $50+ million in terms of hitting the cap. You got to at least make a playoff sniff, right? You got to at least be competitive. Now, I do think that the Cardinals are going to try to be competitive. That's a fact. I think they are going to, but I still do think that there is something to be said about potentially going after a big name out there, right? Like a Huff, right? I'm cool with Bryce Huff, right? I'm absolutely cool with Bryce Huff. But that's the thing. Is that considered a big name, or is that projected to be a mid-tier depth guy? No, actually, well, it's not, because he's most likely going to be edge one for the Arizona Cardinals if he was on this roster. So, like, man, the frustration level right now that I'm kind of feeling, like, in the day before free agency for Cardinal fans, I just don't know where we go from here. I truly don't. Now, I don't think this is all on Monty, right? This is not all on Monty. Monty is given the resources to build this roster up, but the resources comes from the man at the top, and that's Michael Bidwell, right? The guy that's really willing to fork over money, because we've said this before, that cap is a myth. We've seen multiple teams do multiple different things that has swayed the cap just depending on how you make a contract, right? Now, I don't think the Arizona Cardinals are even going to sniff doing anything like that. I think the contract is going to be the contract for the Arizona Cardinals, or at least until Michael Bidwell proves otherwise. But this is disappointing. This is very, very, very disappointing for the Cardinals, because honestly, I was expecting two names, only just two. And here's the thing, right? Christian Wilkins probably is the creme de la creme on this free agency market, right? Can the Cardinals land him? Probably not, right? But if we can't go after two positions out here in the defense that obviously needs help, like, there's a serious problem there. There really is. Like I said, Bryce Huff would be huge for me as a Cardinal fan. And if we can address the cornerbacks somehow, that would be great as well. And obviously the guard position is another big one as well out there as well. So, man, this is... I don't know how to feel about this. I truly, truly don't. Now, obviously, right now, what I'm doing is I'm kind of looking at this article right now that I'm seeing that are, like, projecting, free agents to come to certain teams, and none of these teams are projected, or none of these players are projected to come to the Arizona Cardinals, or at least projectedly, and that's also disappointing on its own, because we're kind of living in a world right now where, like, the Arizona Cardinals don't have peanuts, right? We did that last year. We saved money. We cut people, right? We cut the costs. We knew what we were going through last year to save up for what we have happening now, right? And I think that would be very disappointing for Cardinal fans, including myself, where I can't wrap up all Cardinal fans in there. But for myself, the fact that the Cardinals are at least going to try to upgrade these positions with some big, big key names out there, right? Very disappointing. Absolutely. Now, like I said, tomorrow might be different. It might be different. We can live on a hope and prayer, but the official date of free agency, or at least the start of the new year, is Wednesday, March the 13th. But deals do start happening on Monday, just FYI. So, man, how are you guys feeling about this? Because honestly, the way I feel about it is the Michael Bidwell effect all over again. It's the Michael Bidwell effect all over again. So, Let me know here in the chat below, ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts about what we just heard today, right? What we just heard today, the eve of free agency. And like I said earlier, you can take this report the way you want, right? If you don't believe it, cool, no worries. But like I said a little earlier, there's one guy I do kind of hold the word to, is this man right here, and John Gambadoro is usually right. Usually, right? Sometimes he's wrong, but usually he is right. So let me know here in the chat below. Everybody, appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day, and go Cardinals.